That
And
is so
Paulina, Justina, we already have the vibes going on. Simple.
totally. I love that. And of course, and by the way, I love your vibe either way. So this is so dope to be
Thank you
able to
so
talk
much,
to you.
Mama. I appreciate you.
Of course. So first things first, I have to ask you, how is 2020 doing for you?
Girl, it has been a crazy year, for everyone, I think. When the news of COVID broke, like how serious it was and everything, we were on tour. We were in actually, I think it was Baltimore, and like they called us down, emergency meeting. So we already knew the vibes. And they sent us all home. And, at first we were bummed because we're on like this 30 city tour in these big stadiums, like 10 to 15,000 people.
Yeah.
Like Jersey and New York was coming up in like 2 days. And I think that's when it like hit us how serious it was. And then, it was just a whirlwind of emotions between, I knew so many people. New York and New Jersey really was one of the first places to get hit really bad. So I knew a lot of people that got sick. It was a super emotional time. My brother Fred, the godson, rest in peace. New York, legend, good friend of mine. He passed, and it was just it was a crappy year in terms of what everyone went through, and a lot of people were going through it. The silver lining for me in the year was that I kind of took the time that I wasn't going to have otherwise, you know,
Right.
um, and made the best of it. I recorded this album, Infrared, which is getting ready to drop December 3rd. I also took the time to really nurture and grow my YouTube and my TikTok. I started a vlog called Quarantino with Justina, which got like millions of views. And it was just me in my house, like cooking and like doing different stuff and being crazy. And the people really gravitated toward it. So I kept that going, grew my YouTube, grew my TikTok. TikTok, I'm about to hit like 7 million. So
Wow.
thank you. So I really took the time and used it to the best of my ability to keep busy, keep growing my socials, and just keep my brand growing. I also started my J Valentina boutique, which was something I had wanted to do for the past couple years, but never really had the time to do. So I took the time to do a lot of things that I had on my to-do list and get them done.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said, you're able to turn a crappy year into something, positive and something that
Yeah.
helped you grow. So that's dope.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I just think during this time it was like you had to do something to, keep your mind focused and in a positive space, just to keep it pushing and get through the year.
No, absolutely. And what about, so the album is dropping on the 3rd.
Yes.
What can we expect from that? But also, like, what kind of vibe are we going to be working with?
Yeah, so like I said, when I was taking this time to just grow everything, something I also forgot was I was growing my Spotify. So I was dropping a track or like two tracks per month. So I was like, I want to take all the tracks that I've put out through 2020, put it onto one collective body of work, and then of course give you some new songs mixed in with the songs I've already dropped. So the vibe of the album, I think, is pretty eclectic. I have some songs where I'm just straight rapping, just straight spitting bars. I have some songs that are like Strawberry Soda where I'm spitting bars, but it still has like that pop sensibility and that little bounce. And then I have like storytelling songs, like one of my newest releases called OnlyFans, where it's like some straight like Eminem type. I'm telling you a story. It's gonna get crazy. So I think I kind of run the gamut as far as the vibe goes, and that's something that like my true fans like about me. It's like if you want to hear a singing track, you want to hear some R&B, you could go and listen to Love You Better. If you just want to hear some straight bars, you can go listen to Just Spit It. If you want to hear a combination of both. So the album I would say is eclectic. I'm giving you R&B, I'm giving you hip hop, and it still has like that pop vibe to it. So I think the fans are gonna love it. And the songs that I've dropped off it thus far have all streams, and their music videos have all done really well. So
That's amazing. Congrats. I'm excited for you. December 3rd. And like, I'm curious though, like growing up, who were your influences or who did you grow up listening to?
yeah, my top. artists that I listened to like as a kid, because I was always into music since a young kid, like, and I would just like memorize people's songs. Like I would
Mhm.
memorize every one of Little Kim's lyrics. So Little Kim, I'm a huge Little Kim head. And it's funny because I actually met her, it wasn't 2020, it was last year, for the first time last year. And I was just like, when Little Kim knew who I was and she was so cool, she was like, oh my gosh, I love you. I be watching you on TV. I was like, like
Yeah.
just little Justina right now could just like her head would pop off of her body. Like that was such a dope experience for me meeting Little Kim. So definitely Little Kim. Definitely, of course. I was a huge Eminem fan. Still am. Tupac is my favorite rapper of all time. I love Tupac, and then of
Nice.
course, like Jay Z, Nas, Biggie, Lauryn Hill. And then of course, there's a lot of artists modern day that I love, but like these are the people that like when I was like a little kid that really influenced me to just like love hip hop and want to rap myself. So I would say those are some of my tops, and of course I'm forgetting. I mean, Mary J. Blige, Missy, but yeah, and then like on the to take it to like a complete different genre, like I also like love the Beatles and a lot of their harmonies and like stuff. Um, they do also like influence the way I feel my music is a mashup of the different genres and singing and rapping and all that.
Yeah, no, of course. Those are amazing artists too. Like, I'm trying to think, because you're East Coast, right?
Yeah,
You're,
yep, Jersey, yep.
so yeah, and that time too was so influential growing up, I'm sure, in the
For
East
sure.
Coast during that time. So that
Yeah,
is so
it's like when you're a kid, it's like who you fall in love with when you're like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's who you're like, those are like your superheroes. Like, as you grow, it's like, as much as you love the artists of present day, like you still look at them like they're kind of like your peers. I mean, although like even they could be way, way bigger than you, but still it's like, I think it's a different time in your life where you really latch on to those artists that like you grew up with and they affect you so much, and have such an influence.
yeah, absolutely. So what about then like your new album? Are there any surprises that we can be expecting as far as collabs, or are there any artists that you want to collab with in the future?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of collabs I want to do, and on because I already have my theme for my next album, which I'm really excited about. I don't want to get too much into because I want to give Infrared her just due.
Yes.
I want to give this album, my little baby girl Infrared. I want to give her just due, but I have a super super dope idea for my next album. But yes, I have 3 collabs on the album. I got my boy Chris Webby, Connecticut's own. Shout out to him. That's my dude. Been my boy for years. One of the first people I ever opened up for years ago in Philly. He's been doing his thing for a while, and he's like amassed like an amazing fan base. So shout out to Webby. And we just dropped a video for a new song we have together called MYOB. And then I went and got my 2 girls from Wild and Out, B Simone and Vina, and they lended some of their swag and their flavor on a joint on the album called Can't Relate. Um,
Very cool.
and I have another new single dropping on the album that I think I'm going to be putting out a remix to very shortly with another one of my female peers, who's super dope. I don't want to say just yet, but so yeah, 3 collabs on the album, and then stuff definitely brewing, and that I'm working on for the next album as far as the collabs go. This year being kind of how it was a little hard to get in the studio with people. Like, some like it's really cool when you do a collab and you're in the studio with a person and you're vibing off each other. It wasn't really much of that this year. So the vast majority of my songs was, just me. But I'm definitely gonna have some more collabs coming up in the very near future.
I love it. That's amazing. Well, congratulations again. And you know that, I mean, you probably hear this, but you're hilarious. So,
Thank you, my love.
yeah, especially on Instagram. I'm just curious for the upcoming year, right? For 2021.
Yeah.
Do you have any other projects that you've maybe already started working on or you're thinking of doing? Whether it could be music, social media, more videos.
Yeah, definitely. I have this super fire, I guess you could call it skit that I'm trying to get done for Christmas. I mean, the year has, especially the past couple weeks, it's been crazy. Just me wrapping up the album, getting everything mixed and mastered, getting the album artwork. It's funny, with the album, the music was done and I was actually going to drop it in November, but I could not decide, Paulina, on a cover. And I couldn't decide on the cover. And for me, like, the cover is really important. And I had like 8 different covers, and I was like showing my team, and they're like, "Well, I like all of them, but it's just like nothing felt 100% completely right." So I literally like held back the album for like a month to get the cover correct, and then also the title of the album. See, sometimes I'll think of a title of an album. Like when I did my Feminine project, the title came to me first. I'm like, oh my gosh, female Eminem. And then I did the
Yeah.
whole project after. My next project I just told you about, I already have the title for it. Haven't even started it yet, but I have the title and I have the vibe. With this one, the music was done and I didn't have the title. So that was also very important to me because I feel like a title and the cover are so I literally pushed this project back. And I know some people are like, December's not the best time to drop, but I'm like, you know what? I'm independent. My fans hold me down. When I drop, I drop. Whether it's the beginning of December, whether it's Christmas, the people who support me and support me. So I didn't want to, although all the music was done, I didn't want to rush it and put it out in November and not be in love with the title or the cover art. And I'm glad I waited because I love the title, because infrared, it's the part of the light spectrum that's too bright for the human eye to see. And I feel like I can relate to that because sometimes with my music, although everyone knows me from Wild 'N Out and TV, and I love that so much, and I am so appreciative for all the love, I feel like sometimes the mainstream media kind of overlooks my music, and sometimes I feel like it's maybe because my music is too bright. It's like it's getting overlooked, whereas I feel some of the from the content and the quality of the songs I've put out with no co-write, you know what I mean? All coming from me, and different things I've done, like my freestyle, my 5 Fingers of Death on Sway. I feel like a lot of times the fans go crazy for it and give it up, but it doesn't really get that coverage that I truly feel it would get if another artist did it. So when that title hit me, I was like, it just felt so good, and I was so glad I waited on it. Also, and I need your mailing address and whoever else from the station. I just dropped my 2021 Justina Valentine calendar. And Paulina, I put mad work into these because so I've done a calendar 2 other years. I didn't get to do one last year because I was just like filming the whole year. But not only obviously it has bomb pictures every month, but I also did QR codes for every month, scannable QR codes that have exclusive like freestyles, messages that only people with the calendar can view. So the calendar was a lot of work, so I'm glad that's done, and I've been shipping them all out. So I definitely got to send you guys a little infrared package. Let me know if you want a little hoodie, t-shirt, snapback, whatever you want. But
Right here.
yes, so, but yeah, so I just been working, and it's a good way to end the year. I feel like to put out this body of work. I'm very proud of it, and I'm also very excited to get started on my new ideas, like the skit I was telling you that I'm getting ready to put together. I'm writing the script for that, and then just get started on the next project.
I love it. Justina, you stayed busy, but it definitely paid off. And we are excited. Infrared is coming out December 3rd. Where can we stream that?
So it's going to be available everywhere: iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, all that, everywhere where music is available. I do have the link, of course, in my Instagram bio and my TikTok bio, Justina Valentine. Just click that and you can pre-order it, pre-save it, or, I don't know when this interview is dropping, but if it's December 3rd or after, go ahead and go get it. It's out, baby.
That's right. And Justina, I have a question for you too. And I like to ask this because especially you being an open book, I feel like we really do know you. We get to know you through your social, through your music. What's something that people may not know about you?
Something that people may not know about me, and although I have tried to get this out more and more, and it's something I feel like, as my platform gets bigger, I try to use it more and more, is that I am a big animal advocate, especially for dogs. I'm a huge dog lover. Actually, me and my son, my little pit bull son, Esco, we were just nominated for a PETA award, which is a huge honor.
What? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, for a PETA campaign we did, basically bringing awareness to not leaving your dog outside, not leaving your dog chained. And so we did a big campaign, and I have like chains all over me. And I got the picture hanging up over there, and it says only one of us wears chains. And I got all my chains on and stuff, and then I have Esco by my side. So I got nominated for that, which was a big honor. But not only especially I love dogs, but like really just all animals. I really am an advocate for like I don't own any real furs. I don't want any like down jackets that have like you know just anything that animals had to be hurt to create. I don't want any part in, and I want to spread that message more and more. Sometimes it's hard because first off, a lot of people don't know what really goes into it. So it's not necessarily that people are bad people. I just feel a lot of people aren't educated on it. Now, the problem for me arises in trying to educate people about it. What's the best way to teach people something? You have to show them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you can't really show what people need to see because then you get flagged and you get reported for it's hard to watch. It'll ruin your entire day if you have a good heart. So the few times that I have tried to show different things, it's like then I my social media's got in trouble, so I can't do that anymore. So I'm trying to still find creative ways to tell people, and as much as I tell people I don't do it, I'm trying to find creative ways to keep spreading that message. And I always tell people, if you see something, say something. We are animals advocates. We are their voices. So I think that's something about me not everyone knows. I think my truest fans and supporters know, but I'm a big animal advocate, and my goal as I get bigger is to do more for the animals, donate more, use my platform more,
I
and
love it.
just really get that word out. I love animals, and they're not ours to just use. So that's how I feel.
That's a fact. I love it. I'm huge. I mean,
For Thanksgiving, I didn't eat any turkey. I was like, because even that, like, as as people are having their eyes open to in 2020, it's a lot of things and ideologies and stuff that people have that's very ancient, and archaic, and just and Thanksgiving's kind of one of them. Like the idea that it's like this mass killing of this one animal for a holiday. So I was like, I'm good on the turkey for Thanksgiving. I just had my sweet potato and my potato salad, no raisins, because I know that's a joke they like to say on Wild Now, and my salad and everything else. So it's just, I'm just trying little by little to help the animals, as much as I can. So I think that some people, because I'm so goofy and silly, like I think that's like a serious side of me that people might not know. So they
no,
you heard it here first.
no, that's true though. I mean, I'm the same way. Like I'm not 100% vegetarian or vegan, but I'm working every day to get towards that.
Same. There you go. And the thing for me was like, I'm not claiming to be perfect. And, that's why when people say, well, are you vegan? And I'm like, I'm working toward it, or at least vegetarian. It's like, you cut out pork, then you cut out red meat. And it's like, so now really I just have chicken left. And I'm not claiming to be perfect. But like you said, I'm working toward it and doing what I got to do to get there. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm good on the turkey too. I haven't, girl, no. I'm like, no thanks.
I'm like, give me the pumpkin pie, girl. Save that.
That's all I need. I'll be happy, but that's it.
Right.
Justina Valentine, thank you so much again for your time today. We hope to see you in Chicago maybe once, life is kind of back to normal.
Yes, of course. Thank you, my love. Thank you, Paulina, so much for having me. Shout out to the whole iHeartRadio fam. Shout out to all of Chicago. Yeah, I can't wait to be back out there. Chicago is definitely a really good market for me. I love Chicago. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my fam in the Windy City, and I cannot wait to get back out there. So, girl, let me know. Because next time I want to do an in-person interview. We'll do a little freestyle. We'll do all types of fun things that we can't really do over the Zoom,
Yes, I would love that. Please come anytime. Again, stay safe though. I know we're still like in the middle of all of this.
Yes, for sure.
Stay safe though, and we appreciate it. And December 3rd, it's going down.
Infrared, the brand new album. Go get that. Thank you so much for having me, love. I appreciate you.